Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which I happen to film already the second time, sweeties. It is a ranking video and I'm going to rank all my recent palettes, and I'm trying because I love those videos but I hate them at the same time because I always feel like so bad, so bad, because I love my makeup. There is nothing in my makeup collection that I hate or where I would say, well, this is garbage or something like this. So this is not what this is about, because I think I have like 12 palettes here. One of them I think will share, like two of them will share a place, and you will see why, but none of them are bad. Okay, I just want to put that out there. And I also want to tell you why I have to film this again, because in my first time when I filmed this, I dug my nail or something into one of the palettes, into one of the shades, and then I had an itch and I scratched my face and I ended up having a smudge on my face, and I didn't see it till I walked out of my studio. So now it's hours later and we're back here. Sweeties. All right, so what we're doing today is of course all those palettes, and let's go right into it. So the first one that I have already also featured here on my channel, I think I did a first impression kind of a video about this palette, is this one. This is the Lunar Lavender palette from Kaleidos Makeup, and I kind of feel sad that it is only the last place. Okay, but again, it's not a bad palette. It is just not what I expected. It's not. You know, it is way more gentle, it's way more lovely. Also, when I consider these shades here, I thought they would be more opaque, they would be more striking. They were also, everything is very lovely in this palette, which is nice if that is your style and if that is what you're looking for. But for me, while I you know, the look that I did with this palette was nice. It was really good, honestly, but it's just that this is not 100% me, you know, and I cannot blame Kaleidos Makeup for that, because I should have known, you know, I kind of should have known, but only after the fact, only after I had purchased this. I heard, I think it was on Paulina Beauty's channel, that she had also not given this such a good review, and they contacted her, Kaleidos Makeup contacted her and told her that, first of all, they thanked her for her honest review, but also they told her that this was meant to be like a very gentle kind of a release, you know. It was maybe not me, you know. So, and I feel like that too. Let me just swatch those. Now I'm getting my fingers back into the colors, which is kind of, you know, what made me break down last time. So anyway, I think you can see that this is like, it's almost not visible, you know. It is super gentle. Yeah, and I don't know, I had higher expectations because I have these other palettes from Kaleidos where I had other, you know, other experiences, especially with the shimmers. The performance was good for what it is. It was good. It was just not exactly what I had thought I would get, you know. So maybe I should just change my expectations and then we're all fine. But anyway, I need something to wipe my hands. All right, so anyway, now that we're finally prepared, let's go on to the next one, and that is something that you're going to see shortly here on my channel, because I did film a couple of days ago. I filmed a first impression with this palette. This is the Baroque Palette from Colourpop, and Colourpop I'm actually a huge fan of. You know, Colourpop is a super good brand for the price also, and also just on its own, you know. It's a very good brand with good stuff. So this is a palette that I got actually gifted by my friend Christine from Australia. She had this sent to me, and that is so awesome, and thank you so much. Yeah, so this is the palette. I want to highly encourage you to, of course, go and watch my first impression video that is going to come, I don't know, tomorrow or at some point this week, I do believe. But anyway, the performance was really good. The only reason why this is ranking lower is because it is basically a very one-dimensional palette. I mean, it has light and depth, sort of, you know. It doesn't have a lot of light, but it is very one-dimensional in what you can do with this. And while I really love those looks, and you will also see in the first impression video that the look turned out super stunning, but it is just so much you can do with that palette. So that's why it's ranking lower. The rest you will see in the video that is coming up. So that is the Baroque Palette from Colourpop. The next palette is from XOXO Cosmetics. That is the Valkyrie palette, and this is how she looks. So this is, I already said in the video, there is a video up on this palette on my channel. I already said in the video that I think this is probably like one of my most favorite winter releases. It was not meant to be a winter release, I don't think so, but for me it just vibes winter and kind of with an edge, you know, a winter release with an edge. And I think that is so cool, especially also because they put this red in here, and they also put this dark hunter green in here, which is super stunning. Yeah, the performance was really good. The only shade that I didn't try out enough is this one. On the very small surface that I used it on, it did not show up so well. It was a little bit thin, but that was on a set surface and in addition to that on a very small space. So I shouldn't really pass judgment on this one yet, but everything else was actually super beautiful in this palette. And really, it vibes like a perfect winter palette for me, you know? So that is this one. I do have a code with XOXO Cosmetics. You will find all of my codes, of course, down in the description box in case you're interested. The next palette I want to feature is from Delancey, and that is this one, the Maelstrom palette. Also with this one, I have a first impression up. I think that was still in the time when I didn't do makeup on camera, so it's just a chatty first impression where I'm telling you about what I did, okay? But you know, I had this mental block and I just couldn't do it, but thank God we have moved on from that. So anyway, so that was still a hard time, really a hard time. So this is how she looks, and she's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful. The mix between purple and red is just something magical, really. And I bought this, I want to say, for $16 or $17 on AliExpress. Of course, the shipping takes forever, but I mean, it was really affordable. I think if you buy it on the Delancey website, it's going to be more expensive. And I also don't know of any of this what is right now available. I'm just telling you what I used. Okay, so anyway, this is a beautiful palette. It has one pressed glitter here. The shimmer shades are absolutely spectacular. There is also here a duochrome shade, which is kind of super spectacular, really. I don't know if it's gonna come across much, but trying. And I'm trying to not scratch my face anymore. So anyway, it is a super spectacular shade, super pretty. So anyway, that is the Maelstrom palette. I'm super glad that I have it. That was also the first impression of Delancey as a brand. So that is really cool. I'm always up for trying new brands. And that also applies to the next palette, and that is the Fright palette from the Creative Soul Cosmetics. That is also a new brand, or it was for me. This is my first palette from this brand, and it is this palette. So that was their Halloween release, of course, and it is lovingly called the Scary Palette by my kids. They love this palette so bad. Okay, we also have pressed glitters here. It's this one, and then these three. I have to say that this red pressed glitter was also super spectacular because it sort of has a black shift to it, you know, and it makes everything like super mysterious and grungy, which is so cool. The performance of the palette was really good. I also do have a review of this up on my channel. The only shade where I thought that was a little bit problematic was this one right here in the corner. It leans kind of neon. I don't know if it comes across on camera, but anyway, that applied a little bit patchy in what I used it for, and actually I used it for a big space, you know. It was a bit problematic, didn't perform so well, but everything else was really good. Really liked to work with this palette, and of course the color scheme, the way they built this palette is just so pretty, like really, you know. So anyway, and it was also really affordable. I don't remember anymore the price, but it was not expensive at all. Okay, the next thing are these two. These are the two that are sharing one place, and that is the Berries palette from Juvia's Place and the Sweet Pinks palette from Juvia's Place. Okay, so this is the Berries. So pretty. Should we swatch something? Let's just swatch something, because this is of course spectacular Juvia's Place formula as we know and love it. Super pretty, striking. And then this one I probably love even more, even though it is lighter, and usually I love the darker palettes more, but these shadows here are so spectacular, especially those two shimmers, this one and this one. Really good. I have done a couple of looks with those palettes already for social media. I have not filmed with those. If you want me to film with those, maybe combining them, then please let me know. I can do that once I get around to do that. But anyway, I mean, you can see how spectacular they look. I'm sure you can see it. These are super, super beautiful, and I prefer them to the mauve palette. You know, the mauve palette is nice too for what it is, but I absolutely feel like these more, I don't know, more striking shades are just more me, you know. But anyway, so that is that. Then the next thing is actually from Lucky Bunny Cosmetics. So this also has been gifted to me by Christine. Super, super blessed. You know what? This also has been gifted to me by Christine. What's wrong with me? Why am I not saying that? So sorry, Christine. Really, I want to give you credit for all you're doing for me. She is one of the most, I don't know, strongest supporters of my channel. Seriously, like hands-on support, you know, really. So anyway, she also gifted me this one, and that is the Gluttony palette from Lucky Bunny Cosmetics. Also with this one, you have a video already on my channel if you're interested. So this is how the palette looks. It's of course a super beautiful color scheme with all the blues, and blues are just, you know, it's love it, you know. But I think the most surprising shades in this palette, and the shades that make this palette top-notch, are these two. That is this lavender shade and this beautiful neutral brown shimmer. These two shimmers here. Everything worked really, really well in this palette. It's just that these two shades make the palette special. And I'm so glad that you put those shades in, because it just gives you so much more variety than if you wouldn't have them. You know, if that would be like an 8-pan palette like this, it would be nice. It would still have a nice range from light to dark, all of that. But with this, it is just so much more special because you can do so much more, and it just holds my attention longer, you know. The only shade where I would say that it didn't perform so well, but I can only base it on the swatches, and also I just really used it on a very small surface, was this one. That was a little bit thin in the swatch, but besides that, I could be wrong, first of all, and also, you know, the rest of the palette was super good. Yeah, a truck backing up right outside my house. Thank you so much. Anyway, I don't think we can put our life on hold, so we shall just go on. And that is Huda Beauty. So this has also been gifted to me, sweeties. I'm just so blessed. Seriously, this is the Mercury Retrograde palette from Huda Beauty. I got this from Suzanne, who is my bestie, one of my besties, and she gifted this to me for reaching 2,000 subscribers. So I have this already for a little bit because I'm already above 3,000 now. But anyway, I worked with this. There is a review up on my channel. It's a beautiful palette, sweeties. It's so, so gorgeous. Everything worked well in this palette. Seriously. The only shade that I didn't use in any of my looks was this one, this taupey shade here. But besides that, I've used everything, and everything worked super, super well. There is like this, the level of performance of this palette is insane. Absolutely insane, beautiful. Is this my most favorite color scheme? Not necessarily, but this is also part of me. This is also part of what I want to do, you know? Something softer, something nice, something safe, something that is just, I don't know, maybe a little bit like fairy-like. This is like a fairy-like palette, you know? So awesome. If this goes on sale on Black Friday and you want this palette, and you know, have your eyes open for this, because it is absolutely Leorah approved, super, super good performance. Then I also want to feature this one. There is also a review up on my channel for this palette. This is the Sweetest Reality palette from Swedish Reality Cosmetics, and this is how she looks. Now, sweeties, this is an all matte palette, with the exception of this shade that has a little bit of micro glitter in it, which doesn't really interfere with anything. Yeah, and this is my new to go to all matte palette. I received this in PR from Sweetest Reality Cosmetics, which I'm so, so grateful for, together with lashes, super gorgeous lashes, but we're not talking about lashes today. So this is a beautiful palette. If you have seen the swatches, you can also go on my Instagram, my Leorah Cosmetics Instagram, and see the swatches there, or watch the video. This was unbelievable, and the variety you get, and just the sheer amount of colorful shades that you get, you know, it's beautiful. And especially when you like to maybe do all matte looks, but also if you use a lot of pigments or something where you just need some mattes to finish the look, this could just be your thing, you know, because this palette is awesome. It performed so well. Everything was super stunning in this palette. So that is the Sweetest Reality palette from Sweetest Reality Cosmetics. Okay, so the next thing is this one. This is from Style Cosmetics, the Hugs and Kisses palette, and it looks like this. Now there is also a review of this palette coming up probably later this week, and this I got in PR from Style Cosmetics. Sweeties, it's just stunning. I cannot even believe that brands are starting to notice me, and I'm just beyond, like, I'm beyond belief. I'm awestruck. I don't know. I don't know what's happening these days. Yeah, but I'm so grateful, sweeties, seriously. Now, you know that Style Cosmetics has my heart and my soul. I've said that so many times already because it's true. You saw that also before I got PR from them, because, you know, you saw me using the Purple Moon palette and the Daydreamer palette, and I loved them, you know, so it's beautiful. It's a beautiful quality. You gotta love your pressed glitters because there are a lot of pressed glitters. Let me get this closer so you can maybe see it better. There are a lot of pressed glitters in this palette and also shimmers, but everything worked really well in this palette too. And of course you will see that in the review video, so please come back for that one. There's also other things that she sent me, which I will tell you all about it. I will tell you all about it in that video, so please come and watch that one. So that was place number 3. Place number 2 goes actually to the palette that I worked with today for this look, and that is this one from Beauty Bay, the Book of Magic. Is it Book of Magic? Yeah, Book of Magic. I always want to say Book of Spells, but that was a different brand. I just don't remember. So anyway, Book of Magic palette from Beauty Bay, which I initially didn't even want to buy, but then after some time, after everybody on the platform had this palette, featured it, and Leorah didn't, and then it went on sale and it was like 40% off, and then I bought it. Because then that was my time to buy it, you know? Before that, I just didn't want to, but now I did, and I'm so glad because, sweeties, the review is coming up soon, you know. But anyway, I think you can see that the look turned out super well, and I'm really pleased. There is also one duochrome in here. There are no pressed glitters. Everything else is mattes and shimmers. Color scheme is beyond belief beautiful. So yeah, it's coming. Yeah. All right, sweeties, the first place actually is going to Juvia's place, and that is the Hallel palette. Now, sweeties, with this palette, there have been some, I don't know, people have been a bit criticizing this, and I don't even know why, because I don't get it. I have been wanting for Juvia's Place to come out with bigger palettes that give me more, also with pressed glitters, which you do have here 3, this one, and this one. Everything is beautiful in this palette. There is nothing bad about this palette, and I personally love it to have pressed glitters in the palette. Now, I know that not everybody likes that, but for me personally, this palette has been such a treasure. Also, this has been gifted to me by Suzanne. Thank you so much, because she saw that this restocked and then she bought it for me before it sells out again, and I'm so grateful. And actually now, right now, as if when I'm filming this, I have the Hallel 2 palette super close to me. It's right now at customs and it's already in the country, so I'm really excited to get my hands on this one too. Performance was absolutely stunning, and it is ranking that high because the performance is stunning, and also because it's a big palette, it has pressed glitters, it gives me everything, you know, it really does. So let's just also give you a swatch from this one. Maybe I should have also swatched the Beauty Bay palette a little bit, but anyway, I think you can see that this is absolutely beautiful, really beautiful. And also for this, there is a review up on my channel in case you're interested. So let me just swatch maybe that duochrome, or maybe, you know what, let's just swatch something else from the Beauty Bay palette. I'm going to swatch that nice beautiful teal shade, which is just so stunning. So stunning, you know what I mean? Like, really, I'm so glad that I bought this, but I'm also glad that I waited for the discount, you know, for the sale, because, you know, I'm the kind of a girl, I'm so glad when I can buy my makeup affordable, you know, more affordable, on sale. There is nothing bad about this, and we should always make use of that because it just makes sense, you know. So anyway, this was the video, sweeties. I hope you did enjoy this, because I really I do love videos like this. I also like watching them if I ever get around to watching videos on YouTube, because I'm so busy these days that I just almost barely ever can. But that is not like, I'm trying to also help out my fellow YouTube creators and watch their channels, but right now it is just super crazy, and it feels like this is where my life is going, you know, and it's just I don't know what to say. But anyway, I love to watch those videos and I like to make them, while I always feel bad for the ones that rank lower, because it's not bad palettes. It's really not, you know, it's all good makeup. It's just that some of those things are more Leorah and some of them are less Leorah, and that's just what it is. There is no real judgment in there. It's just personal taste. It's not really the performance for the most part, really. So anyway, this is what it is. If you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love to have you here as part of my wonderful beauty tribe. And besides that, of course, you will find everything that I've spoken about either in a pinned comment or in the description box. Truck is still working. Anyway, so you will find that, and of course also my makeup and my discount codes and all of that will be in the description box down below in case you're interested. If you want to use something, then please do so. If not, it's also fine. It's your choice. Just in case, it's all there. So besides that, I'm going to see you here for my next video, which is going to be super soon. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.